What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, so Gina Carano finally speaks out on her Mandalorian firing. Of course, this happened last week where she unexpectedly got fired for some tweets she had made that a lot of people deemed as anti-Semitic, or at least a group of people on Twitter deemed as anti-Semitic. Where, of course, I'm not Jewish, but I will say when I was reading the tweets, for myself, I never found anything that was reprehensible, like what they were trying to espouse in her tweet, that she was tweeting about. Really, what she was just trying to say is there's getting to be a divide here in America, whether it be people hating other people because of their political beliefs or their religious beliefs or whatever it may be, and that when it becomes government-sanctioned hate, which, let's be fair, the government does pick sides one way or the other, especially towards specific people. There's never good things that come out about it. It's always negative, it's always bad, and always leads that country to a bad place. So that's just kind of what she was trying to say. It was actually, instead of what you would call anti-Semitic, it was actually more of a plea for us to change our ways and getting back to us, loving each other and caring about each other and not worrying about what divides us, but instead what unites us. That's actually what the tweet was supposed to be about, and yet because of Twitter moms, it was deemed as something that was reprehensible. So she's finally speaking out, and it says, now in an interview with former New York Times columnist Bari Weiss, also an outspoken advocate against cancel culture. I like how they have to point that out, that, hey, this is going to be, this is somebody's interviewing her that is against this horrible, horrible cancel culture. So therefore, take it with a grain of salt, basically, is what this is trying to say. Carano says she learned about her firing through social media like everyone else, but she didn't seem surprised by the backlash. Earlier on last year, before The Mandalorian came out, Lucasfilm wanted me to use their exact wording for an apology over pronoun usage. She recalled of a previous controversy. I declined and offered a statement in my own words. I made clear I wanted nothing to do with mocking the transgender community and was just drawing attention to the abuse of the mob in forcing people to put pronouns in their bio. Following that, Carano says, the company excluded her from all press and promotion for The Mandalorian. That was heartbreaking, but I didn't want to take away from the hard work of everyone who worked on the project. So I said okay, she shared. That was the last time I was contacted about any type of public statement or apology from Lucasfilm. Last week, a Lucasfilm spokesperson told ET in a statement, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Okay, this is, you want to know what's abhorrent and unacceptable, is the idea that people in a free country cannot place whatever they want to on a social media site or speak their opinions out loud. That's abhorrent and that's reprehensible. Now, this is the one thing that I am adamant about. I do not care who you vote for, what religious belief you are, who you sleep with, what color your skin color is. You have the ability to speak however you see fit about whatever issue you see fit. I might disagree with you in some ways. I might disagree with you politically or over whatever. But at the end of the day, I want you as an individual to be able to have the freedom to speak your mind as you see fit. I want my children to be able to grow up in a country where that when you speak your mind, you don't have to worry about backlash. That people take it as that's your opinion and they leave it at that. That is not as what has been happening on Twitter as of late. When it comes to these Twitter mobs, these social justice warriors on Twitter going around and getting people fired because of opinions that they don't like. It's not necessarily that it's the opinions. It's just if that person is a center-right belief, or they believe that person to be of center-right belief, then they want that person canceled. They want that person canceled if they're Christian. They want that person canceled if they are religious in any way, or if they espouse to a specific belief that that the Twitter mob disagrees with, or that isn't in that doesn't fit with that SJW woke agenda. You know, I get really fed up with this stuff. You know, no matter the platform that you're on, it seems like we're having to walk a tightrope, and that just really shouldn't be the case. You know, the only people that you should be worried about out there when it comes to putting your opinions out there, if you're a public figure, is how will the fans, the people that actually watch the show, will they be offended by it, and will they not want to watch me on the show? But a lot of these things are not even about that. Most of these people on Twitter that are complaining about Gina Carano have never watched The Mandalorian. That's the reason why when they were pushing for her to, when hashtag Gina Carano was Fire Gina Carano was being pushed on Twitter, The Mandalorian season 2 actually did pretty good. And of course, you know, Gina Carano, she supposedly was in talks to have her own show on Disney Plus. So I mean, real fans of the show were supporting her character, while fake fans or fake Twitter this Twitter mob that is trying to present themselves as people that have the moral high ground were pushing a narrative that really didn't affect the ratings of The Mandalorian in the least bit. So for them to fire her, basically not because she was being detrimental to Disney Plus or Disney or the Mandalorian show in general, they just basically fired her because of her political beliefs. Hands down, her political beliefs. I don't even, I think Disney right now is smart enough to kind of realize this one thing. You can't win with this crowd. You can't win with it. So I don't think that they're worried about backlash from Twitter mobs. I think they're actually more looking for reasons to fire anybody from a center-right position. That's my belief on that. Of course, if you disagree, you disagree, but that's my opinion on it. Again, I should have the right to be able to say what I want just as much as you should have the right to say as you want if you disagree. Or agree, or whatever it may be. That's what we need to start fighting for. We need to start fighting against these corporations that are trying to tell us to limit our speech, to tell us what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate. I don't want people in Hollywood taking the moral high ground on anything. Nothing. I don't want them to take anything. I don't even want them to speak about it. Ricky Gervais actually made a really good point when he said that, thank your God, get your award, and leave, because no one wants to hear your opinion when you have Hollywood casting couches denigrating women, when you have people like Harvey Weinstein being protected for all these years, that Armie Hammer, all of those guys being protected for all of these years, and yet they are the ones that tell us that we're the bad ones, that, man, we're just so backwards thinking. No, we're not backwards thinking. Most Americans, most people just in general, are very caring and understanding of their neighbors. It is not something that is prevalent. Hate is not prevalent. The media wants you to believe that hate is prevalent. They want you to believe that your opinions have to fit with their narrative. They want to push. Disney wants to sit there. I watch Disney all the time. You know the reason why? Because I have a little daughter and I have a little son that when, they watch Disney shows, I get to see how Disney pushes a narrative with it. And there are some shows on Disney I will refuse to even let my children watch. Because, especially my little girl, I really refuse to let my little girl watch a lot of shows simply because Disney is so fake with trying to push a pro-female agenda. They're fake with it. They want women to believe specific things. If you get out of that, they don't, all of a sudden, they're not pro-woman, they're not pro-feminism, they're not pro-anything. They are anti-woman. They are promoting anti-woman beliefs. And I will not let them somehow go in there and try to tell my daughter that she should just be completely and totally base her life off of how she uses the bathroom. That is the most important thing about her. No. And I'm not saying this because I'm partial to my daughter. I'm saying this for my daughter and any daughter that's out there. They are special because of who they are and what they do, their beliefs, their mindsets, their intelligence, their strength. Those are the things that they are special. That makes them unique and different and amazing. Not because of the way that they use the bathroom. That is so stupid. You want to talk about backwards thinking beliefs? That's about as backwards thinking as you can possibly get. When you have things like Disney going out there and telling our daughters that is the only thing you should care about. Is that, I am female, hear me roar. No, you are person, hear you roar at that point. This whole narrative of putting people into tribes is so stupid. It is so stupid and it's gone so far now that it's corroding society as we know it. And then while that junk is corroding society, they're telling us, no, it's not. It's not us putting y'all into all these different tribes and telling y'all to hate each other. That's not what's wrong. No, y'all were hating each other before. No, we weren't. It's all of this SJW narrative that they're pushing. There's bad things that go on in this world, but it is a slim majority of people that hate. The media doesn't want you to believe that. They want you to believe that all of y'all hate. That we're all responsible for all of this. And that, society as a whole is just crumbling before our eyes because of our hate. No. It's because of the narrative that you're pushing. It's putting people in tribes. It's making people hate their neighbors and people that they really should be getting along with. But because you tell us that we shouldn't like each other, then that's the reason. And you grow up a whole generation of people that are growing up watching things like Disney and these little girls believing that who they are as individuals is not the most important thing. The thing that is important to them is because they, the way they use the bathroom. I mean, I can't state that enough because that's the honest truth about it. That's what they're saying. Yet it's prejudice if you do it the other way around and you do pro-men things. That's bad. That's not what they want to tell my son. No, they're actually telling my son the polar opposite. He should be proud of just who he is, just like my daughter should be proud of who she is, because of the God-given ideas and personality that they were given. Now, and I mean that fully and totally. That's what we should be proud of. That's what we should be promoting. with our little children. Not this garbage. When Disney wants to talk about they're promoting women, but yet they fire Gina Carano, that's BS. They are not promoting a pro-woman agenda. They are promoting... If Gina Carano would have fit their narrative, they would have supported her to the fullest extreme. They would have they would have put her up on a pedestal. But no, she didn't fit their narrative because she actually was a strong, independent female, and they didn't like that because they only want strong, independent females if they can control them. Period. As always, guys, thanks for watching this video. Y'all take care.